Welcome. Today we are going to read a book about Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It's written by Jan Brett. For Betty, Sally, and Joe, and for Miriam. Once upon a time, there were three bears who lived together in a house of their own wood. One of them was a little, small, wee bear, and one was a middle-sized bear, and the other was a great, huge bear. They each had a bowl of their porridge, a little bowl for a little, small, wee bear, and a middle-sized bowl for a middle-sized bear, and a great, huge bowl for the great, huge bear. And they each had a chair to sit in, a little chair for the little, small, wee bear, a middle-sized for the middle-sized bear, and a great, huge chair for the great, huge bear. And they each had a bed to sleep in, a little bed for the little, small, wee bear, a middle-sized bed for the middle-sized bear, and a great, huge bed for the great, huge bear. This must be the great, huge bear. One day, after they had made their porridge for breakfast and poured it into their porridge bowls, they walked out into the woods while the porridge was cooling. They walked to the woods right here. And while they were walking, a girl named Goldilocks came to their house. See, Goldilocks is speaking. First, she looked in the window, then she peeped in at the keyhole, and seeing no one was at the house, she lifted the latch. See what she's doing there? Okay. The door opened before her and she went in. She went into there. How pleased Goldilocks was when she saw the steaming porridge on the table. Let's see. The sweet smell of the porridge with roasted nuts, honey, and berries filled the room. It was so tempting that Goldilocks set about helping herself. First, she tasted the porridge of the great huge bear right here. But it was too hot. Then she tasted the porridge of the middle-sized bear, which is this one right here, but it was too cold. And then she tried the porridge of the little small wee bear, and it was neither too hot nor too cold. So it was just right. She liked it so much.
Baby.
Yes, it was just right. She liked it so much that she ate it all. Oh, the small porridge bowl. Then Goldilocks sat down in the chair of the great, huge bear, but it was too hard for her. Then she sat down in the chair of the middle-sized bear, but it was too soft for her. And then she sat down in the chair of the little small wee bear, and their chair was neither too hard nor too soft, but just right. So Goldilocks seated herself in it, and there she ate until the bottom of the chair gave away. She and down she came plump upon the floor. Oh, look at this. Then Goldilocks went upstairs to the bedroom in which the three bears slept. Oh, it's a nice bedroom. First, she lay down upon the bed of the great huge bear, but that was too high at the head for her. Next, she lay down upon the bed of the middle-sized bear, but that was too high for the foot at the foot for her. Then she lay down upon the bed of the little small wee bear, and that was neither too high at the head nor foot, but just right. So she covered herself up comfortably and fell fast asleep. By this time, the three bears thought their porridge would be cool enough to eat, so they returned home for breakfast. Now Goldilocks had left the spoon of the great huge bear standing in his porridge. "Somebody has been at my porridge," said the great huge bear in his great, rough, gruffy voice. And when the middle-sized bear looked at hers, she saw that the spoon was standing in it too. "Somebody has been at my porridge," said the middle-sized bear in her middle voice. Then the little small wee bear looked at his bowl and the spoon in the porridge bowl, but the porridge was all gone. "Somebody has been at my porridge and has eaten it all up," said the little small wee bear in his little small wee voice. Upon this, look, they're all not happy. Upon this, the three bears, seeing that someone had entered their house and eaten up the little small wee bear's breakfast, began to look about them. Now, Goldilocks had not put the hard cushion straight when she rose from the chair of the great huge bear. "Somebody has been sitting on my chair," said the great huge bear in his great, rough, gruff voice, and Goldilocks has crumpled the soft cushion of the middle-sized bear. "Somebody has been sitting in my chair," said the middle-sized bear in her middle voice, and you know what Goldilocks has done to the third chair. "Somebody has been sitting in my chair and has sat the bottom right out of it," said the little wee bear in his little small wee voice. "I'm sorry, little bear." Then the bears thought it is necessary that they would make a further search, so they went upstairs to their bedroom. Now Goldilocks has pulled the pillow of the great huge bear out of its place. "Somebody has been lying in my bed," said the great huge bear in his great rough, gruff voice. And Goldilocks has pulled the covers of the middle-sized bear out of place. "Somebody has been lying in my bed," said the middle-sized bear in her middle voice. And then the little small wee bear came to look at his bed. There was Goldilocks sleeping peacefully, her long, shiny braids spread across his pillow. The little small wee bear just stared at her for a moment and didn't say anything. But then he cried, "Somebody has been lying in my bed, and there she is." Oh. Goldilocks had heard in her sleep In her sleep, the great rough, gruff voice of the great huge bear, and the middle voice of the middle-sized bear, but it was only as if she had heard someone speaking in a dream. But when she heard the little small wee voice of the little small wee bear in it was so sharp and so shrill and so like her own that it awakened her at once. Up she started, and when she saw the three bears on one side of the bed, she tumbled herself off the other and ran out the window. Out Goldilocks jumped and ran away as fast as she could run, not looking behind her until she was very far away. Look, she's running away. And what happened to Goldilocks afterwards, no one can tell, but the three bears never saw anything more of her, and they're living happily here. The end. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.